Senator Eakin, you indicated that you, Chair, are involved in the Elections Committee. This is an election year. Is there election-related legislation that's moving through your committee that we should be talking to the viewers about?
Well, there is election-related legislation that's been moving. However, one of the things that the governor has said that he wouldn't sign into law bills that did not have bipartisan support. So anything moving forward would need to have bipartisan support in order to secure the governor's signature on it. So,
and do you see anything that falls into that category that's likely to come out of your committee or out of the Senate?
Yeah, last year was the year that I think we did most of that. So not as much this year. One issue that came up, there's some interesting bills that have come forward. One is known as National Popular Vote, which involves the election of the president. And right now, it's possible for the president to be elected with a minority of the popular vote and still get a majority of the electoral vote. And what the National Popular Vote would do is it would say that there'd be a certain number of states that have to agree to this, and when they reach a critical mass,
270 votes or more.
270 votes or more in the Electoral College, that all these states would agree that they would put their electoral votes towards whoever won the popular vote, and that would ensure that whoever wins the presidency would have won the popular vote. And that's one bill that was brought up this year in the Elections Subcommittee.
And that would be by legislation?
That would be by legislation. And we as a state would agree to join the coalition of states, and I'm not sure exactly where the number's at right now. It wouldn't bring us to the 270 mark yet, and it wouldn't go into effect until that would happen.
You know, I haven't seen the bill. I'm not on the Elections Committee, and so I will reserve judgment on any bill coming out of there until I see it. I will be honest, I haven't talked to a lot of people about that bill and don't really know what's there.
And nothing else moving as far as you know with respect to the election legislation?
Not a lot that I've heard talked about, no.